So I'm going to talk about the Quadro VCA. It is a physically based rendering technology that does photorealistic imagery. We focus very heavily on the visual effects, design, architecture. So for those of you that are in the room that do 3D modeling, this is the tool for you. We are the world leader in visual computing. We've been around for 20 years. We're headquartered in Santa Clara. We have more than 5,000 active patents today. And we're in pretty much every vertical from deep learning, technology, science, really across all the gamut. So this is the visual computing appliance. It is the fastest GPU rendering technology today. It is a turnkey solution. It has 8 of our latest and greatest GPUs, Quadro M6000s today. And it has basically the InfiniBand, so it can scale up, along with both the 1 gig and 10 gig for interconnectivity. At Autodesk University 2 weeks ago, we announced the 3ds Max and Maya and Iray server for a plugin, so you can actually render locally or take advantage of the server-based rendering. Some of the key areas that we focus on for lighting and design, exploration, styling, and quality inspection. Using the Quadro VCA allows you to take advantage and create 3D modeling, rendering in real time or near real time, cutting down that modeling between basically that could take days or weeks down to literally minutes and seconds. So happy to grant you guys access. Please see GPL for any demos that you'd like to see. So these are the applications that we work with today. Obviously, Iray is our basically NVIDIA tool today, but we also work with V-Ray RT, some of the key apps that I just mentioned as well that work with the NVIDIA VCA, along with the desktop application downloads that are also available, the Iray plugins. So basically, you can run pretty much most applications that, the popular applications within M&E and architecture and design today. You can run it both locally or from the cloud. My next actually presenter is Steve Harpster. He is our solution architect. One thing before Steve presents, I just want to mention we have a promotion running for the Grid 2.0. And basically it's $1 for your software license, so take advantage of that. It ends at the end of January, and please see us for more details. So next up is Steve Harpster.
Thank you. Okay, so as Sandra mentioned, we offer a solution with our Quadro-like graphics cards for running applications really from anywhere over the internet, through the cloud, to lightweight client devices. It's called Grid. Does anybody use Citrix or VMware out there today to be able to access? There's one out there. So that's what we're doing, is we're actually using Citrix, VMware, a hypervisor, and a server with our cards inside the server to allow you to remote applications that are graphically intense to be able to run them on any device there. And this is kind of the way it looks. So how many of you guys are gamers out there? And how many know GeForce? How many know Quadro? A lot less, I would think. So most of you guys know us from GeForce, which is our gaming line, but the product that we're going to be talking about today is the Quadro lineup, which is basically kind of the same card that you would get with a GeForce gaming card, but made and optimized for graphical applications on the professional side. So we're taking that same Quadro card that you would typically put into a desktop or a workstation, we're putting them into servers, and we're virtualizing those out so that you can run those high-end graphical application loads now with the marketplaces that you see up here, anywhere from architecture and engineering, design, all the way down to oil and gas exploration, through the cloud, so that you can have a lightweight iPhone, a lightweight Android, a lightweight PC, and still get that graphics acceleration through the cloud because it's running through on the GPU that's actually in the data center that's being virtualized there. First product here is running a CPU only for graphically intense modeling, and this is called true shading mode. So what you'll see here, this is the GPU doing the same thing, and it's done now in 1.73 seconds. Let's pop back. That CPU is still trying to render the same thing that we just rendered in 1.73 seconds with the GPU. This is rotating the model in the CPU. There you can see it on the right with the GPU in the cloud. Can you guys kind of see the difference here? Yes. Zooming and scaling, same thing. On the left is a CPU, on the right is a GPU. And finally, this is a sectioning tool that's within Siemens NX. And you can see the difference between a GPU-enabled workload versus a CPU only. Should be the end of it. So Grid allows you to take a card, put it in a data center, virtualize it, and run graphical applications through the internet to lightweight client devices like Chromebooks, like laptops, things like that. So we really are in the whole space of anywhere from education to manufacturing to aerospace to oil and gas. And the way this works is I take a server, I put graphics cards on the server itself in the data center. I put something like VMware or Citrix on top of that as the hypervisor, and I install a very small piece of software from NVIDIA, such as a VIB file or an RPM, that allows those GPUs to now be exposed and for use within virtual machines. So I create a virtual machine. I either use all of the GPU in a virtual machine, or I can actually share that GPU among a number of virtual machines. And from there, all the clients can connect into those VMs and be able to run graphical application loads. We've got two cards today, an M60 card, which is a dual GPU or graphics processor card, meaning that on the single card itself, it's got two GPUs or graphical processors that you're able to use. Each of those graphical processors has 8 gigabytes of GDDR5 high performance RAM or memory, what I'll sometimes call a frame buffer memory on the GPU. And I'm able to now share that GPU or dedicate it to either one user, 2, 4, 8, up to 32 users per GPU can run on that GPU and actually share it. We've also got a blade solution that comes in a product called the M6. This is a single GPU card that's got 8 gigabytes of memory on top of it that I can share among 1, 2, 4, 8, or 16 users. So if I've got 16 different virtual machines, I can share that GPU and carve it up for all of those 16 GPUs. If you do have a K1 or K2 already in your environment today, that's what Sandra was talking about. You can do an upgrade for $1 per license for the M60 and the M6 cards that we see here.
Actually, we're opening it up for any new deal.
Oh.
Current or new.
Okay.
So take advantage.
Newsflash right there.
Newsflash right there, yep.
Okay, so again, the frame buffer or the memory can be carved up in either an 8 gig segment all the way down to 512 megabytes so that I can get 16 users per GPU on the new cards there. All right, thank you.